All right. That's it. We're live. Who all we have in the house? Bikes with Turlo is here so early he brought a tent. Buff is here. Robert Magny, Dust Devil Garage, taking a break from, I'm sure, all of that intense work on the Duster. And by the way, Dust Devil's going to have a live tonight. He hadn't been having lives frequently, but he's going to be live tonight a little bit. I believe at 7:30 Central. So who knows? Does he have a bunch of progress? Does he have something to show us? Is he pulling our leg? Who knows? You got to tune in to find out. RC Industry, Unfinished Project here, Dart Sport. Levi's here. Oh no. Levi was at LS Fest and said eliminations were canceled because of Mother Nature. Bummer. Ron English is here.
She's a fickle bitch.
There's Cement Surfer, who was surging. Cement Surfer he's racing with Stephen Holtz to be the next to make it in the No Name 500. Who is going to take their checkered flag next? Will it be Cement Surfer? Will it be Stephen Holtz? Will it be my next project? Will it be someone else? Auto Salvage Outlaws is here. Colleen Tebow on the way home from the parts store. Well, the good news is you're not still at the parts store. Leighton is here. My Aunt Nancy's here. Deborah is Loving Life is here. Frankenstein C20. Two Hacks. Action Auto Parts, Jamie Phillips. Get Out and Drive, Struggle Bourbon Garage. Glad y'all could make it. All right, well, this is the last installment for 2022, at least, of the Content Creator Workshop.
Woohoo! Yay!
Yeah. Yeah, man. Powered by Roadkill Customs. Got all that muscle with Blake down there from Bad Tree Productions. This is your chance, guys. If you want some tips from pros, this is the chance to get it because you've got day 19 is almost gone. That's not a lot of days.
No, it's getting short.
Yep. So, free format. If you have questions, while we're waiting for everybody to fire up with some questions, I'll just throw out an observation, and that is when you're doing shorts, especially if you're doing a lot of shorts, which is a good way to get subscribers, pay attention to how you title them. I'm seeing some good shorts out there with titles that don't tell YouTube at all what to do with them. And I'll look at it, I'm like, wow, that short will have thousands of views if YouTube had any idea what it was about. So titles are more important now than ever, because even if your short takes off 3 weeks from now, that's still 3 weeks from now. We don't have 3 weeks left.
Just shy.
Yeah, Auto Salvage Outlaw says 19 minutes minus travel time. That's right. And if you're coming in your Jerusalem cruisers on foot, that's all of it. Right. Streetcar Chronicles Ryan, there's a pro. You have any advice for him? I'm anxious to see what these guys do. I know you guys are going to put on a good show in Sykeston. We just we want to see as many people make it as possible. So, now is the time. Jason's here. Buck is here. Yeah, Buck did a redirect here from his live. So how many of you guys, because I haven't experienced it yet, how many of you guys were there on Buck's and got a redirect to this channel automatically? Let me know in the chat, because I haven't seen it yet. So Auto Salvage Outlaws is saying he did. This is cool. Okay. Yeah. Neat. Okay, and Cement Surfer was. Cement Surfer, you're close. All those shorts you're doing are awesome. Just really think about what you put on titles, because it's going to make all the difference.
I'm glad Dutch guys put on pants for this.
Outstanding. Outstanding.
Professional courtesy.
Buff said at least 20 of us came over from Bucks. Well, cool. That's great. Thanks.
Thanks, guys.
Yep. Yeah, you can redirect a lot of things. You can redirect a laser with a mirror.
I don't know how
Yeah,
long
just
this
keep-
is going to run tonight, but I didn't ask to redirect, but I got a premiere at 7:30 tonight about Nacho Cuda from broke to fixed.
Right on.
That's right. That's right. A Bad Tree premiere tonight about the valve train and the rockers in Nacho.
It's a long testament.
And then we're going to find out what Dust Devil Brian's been up to after that.
Right on.
Unfinished Project says only 2 Saturdays left until the No Name Nationals. Yes. Okay, RC Industry is asking, can you explain more what you mean on titles? This is right in Buzz's wheelhouse. You want to talk about titles a little bit, just in general, since it's so important.
What John's mentioned, you know, a lot of these shorts are going up. The content on shorts is really kind of secondary because generally speaking, they're super, super short and there's not a lot of video for YouTube to even analyze to determine what it is. I mean, they can get the basics out of it. If there's a human, if there's a dog, and that kind of stuff. But a lot of these are going up with, you know, just the date, June 27th, 2022, which doesn't tell YouTube anything about what's in the video. And it, you know, it doesn't have to be a real complex thing, but title it what's in the video. A tractor pull. Tractor pull had better be in the video. The date is unimportant. Yeah, telling YouTube what it's about, where it's at, when it was is less important. Things like years for shows, you can cover that stuff in the description. But title them well, describing what's in that video. Help YouTube figure out who to show it to.
Also, when it comes to search, I have never searched in YouTube for today's date. Never.
Exactly.
I've searched for tractor pull. I've searched for explosion. I've searched for whatever. But not
Another
today.
note on the shorts. A lot of people are posting those shorts real quick as they happen from their phone, and I totally get that. But a lot of them are also going up with no description. With shorts, it's far less of a crime than it is with a full-length video, but that makes that title for the shorts all that more important.
Seriously, good titles on your shorts right now with 19 days to go can be the difference in your 500 and not.
Some of these guys have leveraged shorts just wonderfully. I mean, it's
Yes.
It's a perfect little tool for what's going on right now.
But anyway, I hope that answers your question, RC Industry. And by the way, for those of you who have not checked out the No Name Blues by RC Industry, you need to check it out. It is really cool. So, Lunar, are you going to run the car down the track? Are you playing poker? Are you going to tell us what it runs? Or do people at the No Name Nationals just have to find out the hard way?
That's good to hear, Andy.
Yeah, getting headers.
Hopefully next weekend. Yeah, I know. I told Andy I'd help him, but I got to leave so early for Jeffers. I might get a day. I don't know.
What kind
We'll
of short
see.
did you make there, unfinished project? What'd you film today? 47 subs. That's good.
Yeah, what were you filming? Tell us about it. Buck said had a viewer correct my English on a shorts title. Hey, that's engagement. I'd take it.
Hey, no doubt.
Hey, yeah.
Everyone counts.
I saw a video today. I saw a video today. Mopar's Mustangs and Minivans put out what I thought was a good video on shifting without the clutch. So he's driving around in a Mustang and he shows shifting. He shows getting every gear but fourth. You know, all up, most down. And I thought this is a great video to put out there because it will absolutely engage the haters and the people who are like, yeah, that's cool. It'll get all of them buzzing, but it's a good video for that. Just by nature.
Yeah, Cement Surfer, he just needs to keep rocking and rolling with what he's doing.
He's doing great.
He's
Cement Surfer's hammering it, yeah. Yep.
Good old fashioned hard work getting them popped and posted.
So Buff's Garage is suggesting the Struggle Bourbon Garage. Guess you should do a short on making it. Okay.
See, 15K out of a smashed bug. There you go.
There, see, exactly. Good. That's good stuff. Although I don't smash bugs. I just literally, I don't even smash. I'll take them outside. Although I did have a grasshopper get on the windshield wiper one time, and I fed him to a crocodile.
Good times. Nice to see some of the monkey bike activity popping up here and there across a bunch of channels.
Dallas and I, we did the bike and then announced the points, and a bunch of people got in on the action because monkey bike does. So monkey bike is a class, and it pays points like the other classes. Obviously, if you do better in anything, it certainly helps, but participation is the big thing it's geared around. And also, if you haven't heard, there's going to be $100 prize for the monkey bike burnout. It's a monkey bike with the best burnout is going to win $100. So that's in addition to the $500 for the overall winner of the Destroyer1320.com burnout competition.
Hey, Action Auto Parts asks, does hashtags in the description help? Absolutely, they do. You want to keep them as point on as you can, as appropriate to describing the content as you can. You know, if you got a Ford Mustang, tag Ford, tag Mustang, tag Ford Mustang. Generally speaking, you want to keep them to roughly a half a dozen. Much more than a half a dozen, those things are going to start to get too loose to really be a help to that particular video. But you know, if it's a Ford Mustang burnout, you know, tag each of those terms. Make sure each of those terms are in the title. Make sure each of those terms are in the description, and you'll do pretty well.
Even some slang terms.
Yeah.
Get you hits too. So keep up on what the youngsters are saying.
Yeah, I got to look stuff up. So I keep my phone here just so I can look things up because you know I'm not hip at all. Sorry,
and absolutely right. Auto Salvage Outlaws is correct. A lot of folks are forgetting to pop that. Officially, I think that tag shorts needs to be in the title. That's my habit. It's the last thing that appears in a shorts title. But yeah, don't forget that, because without that, some of them can still do well, but it's not getting the full love that YouTube is attempting to give to shorts.
Let's remember, LB Bruins has a collaboration going with Just Mopar Joe. And Unfinished Project, I appreciate your message from LB to us that he can't make it. Please send a message back to him. He needs to title his stuff better. He would have his subs. This guy made a billet spacer plate for Just Mopar Joe to test on his drag car. And people don't find it because the title is Special Report 15 or something. So we have a 1968 Barracuda drag car of Just Mopar Joe's testing a billet carburetor spacer for a 4150 Holly. You have all,
and it's
of
a pretty
that.
Impressive piece that he's crafted too. I mean, it's not some schlock schlock block. It's nice.
No, it's got heat sink. It's designed to catch air. They call it the Air Claw 1. And yet YouTube has no idea what to do with that Special Report 12 or something.
Yeah.
And I've said this, and if you can get a message back to LB, challenge him to do this. Go back and retitle all that stuff he did, what it actually is, and I bet he'll get a huge subscriber bump out. I mean, it's hard not to get 100 subscribers just from taking a selfie with Just Mopar Joe. I see B&R has gotten a few subs.
Right on. He's right. Definitely helps have your projects up and running, or close to that.
It's not only good for views, it's good for you.
It is double good.
The bad news about having your project in disarray right before an event is that your project is in disarray right before the event. The good news is that you get a lot of thrashing right before the event, and a lot of attention and views, and you roll into the event with that.
Right on.
NSB's in the house. So I've had people talking about another event, and I like all these other events. That's great. Other events are awesome, but they kept talking about how small the burnout pit was, and cars were hitting the walls and stuff, and just no room to do anything. And I said that, well, in our burnout competition, the Destroyer1320.com burnout competition, not only do we have 156 by 94 feet, we're going to have a tire machine, a Coates rim clamp tire machine on site. Like, we're ready for you guys to bring it.
Hell yeah.
Wouldn't it be great for a no-name 500? Oh, I'm pulling for any of these guys and all these guys. Wouldn't it be great for somebody to take their checkered flag in the Roadkill Customs no-name 500 and then win the burnout competition? Somebody who didn't have a channel in January
That would be super cool.
goes and wins the burnout competition. How cool would that be? I have felt no conflict at all in pulling for all of these guys. It's wonderful. The No Name 500 has 41 winners so far. It's like there's not one winner and a bunch of other. No, they're all winners. Everybody crosses that finish line, takes that checkered flag. Yeah, so we got Mrs. Dust Devil. She's posting for Brian. He's thrashing right now.
Right on. Moving along with his.
He is. And he says, he told me today, the Duster will be there. In
Right on.
whatever state that he gets it to, it will be there. And I believe it's still going to go down the track. It may have human power getting it down the track, but it's probably going to go down the track.
Right on.
I'm not even kidding. That's determination right there.
I
And
hope
Lunar-
it gets it running.
Lunar says, "Oh, me too. We're all pulling for Brian." No, Patrick, a good racer never reveals his real ET. We'll give you ETs all day long. Did you, Dallas put them on a live, did you see the trophy we have for the low ET award? It has ET on the trophy, the extraterrestrial.
Right on.
Does the timer time out down there, John?
The timer
Is
timeout.
the low ET going to have to run that number that's within the timer?
Well, they got to run whatever the quickest the event is. Oh, you talking about are the clock's going to be on?
I'm talking about low as in slow ET.
Yeah, don't the clocks time out at 22 or 23?
Clock's
or something
time
like
out
that?
at 22, and I've asked a couple of the monkey bikers. I don't even have to have specific numbers. What I need to know is, are we going to be able to? We should be able to not have any problem timing the monkey bikes, but they do time out at 22 seconds. They should run that. They should be able to run that kind of time. Because Kim's already said that bike has been 34 miles an hour. And some of the others are reporting something close. So, which, when you think about it, is really impressive, because Big James put one on the dyno and he made just short of 3 horsepower and 7 pound-feet of torque. And so the bike's about 80 pounds.
Earth
Bike with
turning
rider
torque.
has to weigh a minimum of 230. And you have 2.7 horsepower going 35 miles an hour. That's not bad.
That's not bad at all.
Pretty impressive.
He's been
That is
putting
a-
out some good stuff. But James and James, man, those guys, textbooks way or textbook case of just hitting it hard and
Yep.
reaping the rewards, man. They were putting out some great stuff. Got some super subscribers. That was fun to watch.
Oh yeah, Big James said, "Oh yeah, I'm too busy going forward to even look over my shoulder. He's just hammering it."
Right on.
Why not run the bikes the 8th mile? But we are. or run the bikes 8th mic. Well, if you mean 8th mile, we are. Monkey bikes are going 660. Yeah, Lars said I heard monkey bike. Lars is going to be the jockey driver for the Mr. Rodder's neighborhood.
Right
Monkey
on. Has
bike.
that selection been made, huh?
Yes, that'll be Lars of JB's Little Shop.
Fantastic.
And
In capable hands.
Buzz, if you saw the thumbnail I made for the Monkey Bike Live, Lars is down in the lower left-hand corner, and he is already embracing the spirit of the monkey bike.
Right
Look
on.
at that. I say monkey bike, and Monkey Bike Kim appears, just like that. Yeah, I was just saying that, I don't know if you heard me, Kim. I said your monkey bike, I heard reports of 34 miles an hour. And Auto Salvage Outlaws is saying Lars has gotten up to 30. These bikes move pretty good. Let's see here.
She says
And that's
30 without boost.
That's without the boot. Ooh. So
Impressive.
Kim's not showing the full hand there, so that's going to be interesting. So I know that's. Go ahead.
Just love that whole concept.
Yeah. Well, Steven, Big Block 402, he has a steering stabilizer on his that he's trying to help it, because those things, they're pretty wicked. They're pretty hairy at speed.
Yeah,
and Kim, I believe Kim has actually modified the angle of the forks a little bit to shorten that rake up a little bit.
Yeah, they can get squirrely fast.
Mopars, Mustangs, and minivans, being a real warrior, changing an alternator in the parts store parking lot. You don't have your card as a hot rodder till you've done that. How we doing, Rob's Rods and Street Cars? Hope you're keeping Jason all on top of things.
There's Clint Street Machines calling out anyone shooting I-40. He's going out of Knoxville, but anyone shooting down I-40 on the 29th. There's an opportunity to convoy with Clint.
Clint, I just drove right through Knoxville on I-40 about 4 or 5 hours ago.
Yeah, there's going to be a couple convoys heading down, I believe. I know we'll be waiting in Quad City, Iowa at like 8:30 in the morning, Thursday. Waiting for Rapid Transit, Red Light, J-Ray.
What is your drive like? What's your distance like?
It's like 8 hours, maybe.
Okay. Not bad.
A little bit. Well, pulling trailers and stuff and stopping for fuel. It'll probably be closer to 9.5. And waiting for the convoy to all mingle together in the Quad Cities.
Yesterday morning, I left the house at 6:30. I went to Western Tennessee for a funeral. Stopped on the way, filmed a short on a monster truck. Stayed a few hours, drove back a couple hours of the way, caught a few hours sleep, and rode back here for this. So I've driven about 1,000 or 1,100 miles since yesterday.
Good times.
But it was a fun little cannonball run. I wanted to get back for this content creator workshop.
Yeah, it's going to be a blast. I can't wait to link up with the guys. I think Bigfoot's and Mopars even.
What did you do? What did you do, Lunar, the day before your high school graduation? You did a burnout near Advance and the radiator fell on the clutch fan? I broke a motor mount and sent my mechanical fan into the radiator on my Dart one time. That was fun. It cut 7 tubes and it was spraying back all over the windshield. So we got some navigation going on here with RC and Buck Does It.
Right on.
Does everybody here have what they need in the way of what they're doing with their content creation? Does anybody need any help? I mean, you got some people here that know how to do it. It's good to have Buzz and Blake in the house.
Shit, I haven't been posting hardly anything the past month and a half. I totally get it now when Jeremy doesn't film stuff.
Yeah.
When that rocker shaft snapped, that's when the camera got shut off for a while.
Buff's comment. That's why he married his wife. She changed the
yeah.
water pump in O'Reilly's parking lot.
Good girl.
I'm back. What did I miss? Everything. You missed everything.
Keep your pants on.
That's right.
Hey, babe.
Well, I imagine there's going to be like thousands of no-name national videos coming out of this. I mean, not just videos, but shorts, everything. The whole spectrum is going to be covered. You know, I plan on doing our drive down, kind of time lapsey, whatever. Get down there Thursday and try to make, you know, every day its own episode, maybe a couple episodes out of each day. So, and try to remember to film, guys, because it's going to be hard.
Yeah, but I was going to say it's also about content too. You gotta, yeah, you want to film, but I know I don't always want to film. Sometimes I just want to wrench, but.
Well, you get somebody like, you know, I don't know, anybody that's going to be racing. Once you get in race mode, you know, that becomes number one priority, and sometimes you forget to hit the record button. So maybe keep a post-it note up by the mirror. Turn camera on. That's some advice.
Right after don't shit and fire a suit.
Yeah. Don't, Daddy's, wait, never mind. Daddy's money shift garage. Hopefully that doesn't happen.
You know, but Struggle Bourbon Garage, there's content all around you. There's always content. I mean, something that you never want to hear a content creator say is, I'm out of ideas. I mean, let me tell you, I can tell you, Blake is like this. Blake could live to be 500 years old and will never run out of ideas.
They're not great every time.
That's it.
With their ideas.
Not all ideas are. We all have ideas of varying, you know, but you know, you just I couldn't live long enough in 3 lifetimes to do every idea that may or may not be any good. So if you don't have parts, you've got other stuff. Just drive around town. You know what? I'll tell you something I saw, and I couldn't film it because I was in the highway and I didn't know what I was going to see when I got to it. There was somebody that had a towing fail. They were trying to haul a Pontiac Grand Am on a little 4x6 foot little tiny trailer. Okay. And they had the car ratchet strapped to this trailer the size of a log splitter. And it had slid off. It had slid off. And they drug it to the side of the road and stopped like that. I mean, now, if I was needing my 500 subs, you know what I'd have done? I'd have gotten off the next exit. I'd have gone back to 2 exits and come back and stopped and filmed that thing. Because how often do you see that?
Yeah.
Well, say you're waiting on parts. Take a look at like what Dudes with Wrenches does. Is there something odd or interesting on your vehicle or fleet of vehicles where you can just make a short about that one thing? You know, something interesting, maybe something historical. You know, if you got stuff laying around, you always have content. You just got to look at it from different angles. And then YouTube's like a giant dartboard. Just keep throwing darts until one hits the bullseye.
You know, as far as leftover footage, I've got a lot of leftover stuff from things I've worked on for this event that I'm going to try to put together into one video. Probably have someone narrate it, different things like that. It'll make something fun to watch, but you can always recycle that into other stuff. And sometimes you can take let's say a blooper, for example, and you can make a short out of the blooper. I mean, there's a lot you can do with bonus footage.
Yeah, and whatever video that blooper came from, refer to that in the description, and try to cross those shorts to long form video watches.
This is good too, right here. Auto Salvage Outlaws makes a great point. Film dented stuff. Folks like that. That is exactly right.
Truth.
You know what? I'll say, you guys who need subs, go out and if you've got something with a big dent in it, film the dent and tell the story how it got there in 15 seconds or less, and just post it and see what happens. Why not? You do that in 1 minute, right?
Get your camera out, look at your TV. Bubba Wallace just won his first ever NASCAR race. Make a short of that, throw it up.
Your reaction to
just happened. And it wasn't rain short. It was real first. That's why I kept looking down every once in a while.
Well, this is true, Dutch guys. Making time to edit is a big deal, but that's what shorts gets around. And I know we're talking more about shorts today, but it's because there are 18 days, 5 hours, 26 and a half minutes until midnight Friday D-Day, September 30th. So that's why we're talking more about shorts. But yeah, that's what shorts gets around, is the edit.
Welding videos also. Welding shorts do pretty good.
It's a good point.
Any kind of fabrication. Any kind of tips and tricks, shorts.
You know what, too? If you're a bad welder, go weld something and just say, this is how I do it. And guess what will happen? All the good welders and the welders who aren't good but think they are will all come out and give you tons of unsolicited advice, and they'll drive up your views. And you'll get some subscribers because they can't resist seeing if you weld something else in a way they wouldn't.
Right.
Welders have got to be number one.
Guy.
Right. Welders are like number one for that kind of thing. But if I do the same thing, whenever I do make a long form video, I'll stay up and do it at night because it's about the only time I can do it without interruption.
You know, another thing I've noticed with shorts too, it depends on the time of the day that you publish it or post it. It can't be too late at night because people are in bed. And I think the magic number is like in between 6 o'clock p.m. to like 10 o'clock p.m. Because I tried at 6 a.m., 9 a.m., noon does all right because people are at lunch. And anything after 10 o'clock at night just seems like it tanks. And it's all the same kind of content. It's just kind of testing, see what happens.
Yeah, we know one person that'll come in and leave a comment. Yeah, see, you know what? Everybody here has got some kind of dent or rust or something that happened to your car, or a broken windshield. If you have a broken windshield and a story of how it got broken, go out and do a 15-second short on it and just post it. You might be amazed what that would do. White Trash Motorsports says he had a short pick up 200,000 a month after I released it. And that's the same thing that happened with Barrows. He had one take off later. We've got 19 days to work with, but they can take off right now too. And there is content all around you. I'm telling you what, if I didn't have to run down a cannonball run down and back and one day and the next to Tennessee, there was enough crazy stuff down there that I probably could have made 500 subs worth of content in Western Tennessee. And if you've ever been there, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Shit, just go down to a boat launch some weekend. Sit down.
Yes.
And wait patiently until you see the weekend warrior show up that thinks he knows everything.
You people who need 100 subscribers, go to a boat ramp and spend an entire day at a boat ramp and just make shorts. All right, there's two things that will happen. One, you'll get your subscribers, and two, you'll probably have to run from a fist fight sometime after lunch. Oh, yeah, see, Robert, by the way, has just finished this masterpiece of a paint job on his 1990 Dodge truck, and he's done a really good job.
It looks
and
awesome.
So now he's cringing over the idea of a dent.
Yeah,
no, really.
Really done a really good job, and it looks great. Can't even see any orange peel.
Oh no, that paint job is beautiful. If you haven't, go Robert Magny, who does not have a channel. He didn't put any of this on a channel. He decided not to. I just blows my mind.
He
But
posts on our
it's
Facebook
beautiful.
page all the time, all of his progress. So if you hop on the Bad Tree Productions Facebook page, you can see a bunch of people that are in the chat here probably are members of it, and they post their progress over there. Robert does it a ton. It's awesome. I love keeping an eye on
The
it.
boat ramp has it all. It has it all in several different ways. The boat ramp has stuff that makes good content. Okay. Alligators, apparel, people who can't back up, people getting stuck. The guy that thinks a two-wheel drive pickup is good to back halfway into the water and pull a yacht out with. All of that. It's all there at the boat ramp. People slamming into the dock trying to drive up.
There's one guy that religiously takes his boat out of the water with it left and forward running every single damn time. It's just coming out, prop spinning. Then he always runs down there. Oh, I forgot to shut it off.
B&R's at 382. Yes, you know what? But that's the thing. Stupid stuff does sell. I mean, I have some really stupid stuff that's gotten a lot of good views. I knew it was stupid when I shot it. I didn't shoot it because it was this highbrow or intelligent or advancing the culture. I shot it because it was funny. People love junkyard videos. Yes, they do.
That's absolutely right, Clint Street Machines. Heading out that Pigeon Forge rod run. That's quite a show, but he's talking, his plans make a short for every vehicle he shoots.
Street Fox 347, do you have any advice you would like to offer? Because here's a guy that had about 200 subs in January and has over 7,000 now, and he did them off of original shorts. He went to tracks, he shot the shorts. Remember, if you go to a track and there's 100 cars, you can shoot 100 shorts in one day and then release them in series. So you go out and do one day of work, and you have a week of content. Man, look at that. Look what that does to your channel. Everybody who's done that in earnest has gotten a return. Yes, diversify your content. Agreed. Do a video. Everybody's got that cool tool in the toolbox nobody else has. 50 years old. Do a video on that. I have an ancient Sears dwell meter that I've had since about 1990s, early 90s. Okay. It was new in the box, and now I'm seeing people looking for those things on eBay and talking about what a find they are, and I'm like, really? You might have one of those type of things. You might have that 100-year-old wrench. Do a video on it. Buff says, get creative, put some food stuff in. You know what? Fun fact, 100% of people eat food. You have to, on some level, be into food, or you will not survive.
Jeremy eats quail eggs on tonight's episode.
That doesn't surprise me at all.
Pickled Cajun-style quail eggs.
Hell yeah.
Ugh.
Kim, not only do I still use points, I have a shirt that says I love breaker points. I'm not kidding. Hoosier is straight from the 70s. He has the most 70s style. It's great. He is very authentic with the van. I can see him with that old Sun dwell meter. So Street Fox's advice is throw as many shorts on as you can. Best when views per hour up. You can upload 100 a day. Drag racing does good. Okay.
Truth and all of that.
Go to your track next weekend and shoot a bunch of shorts about all different cars. And then just Put them out. See what happens. Yeah, he lives just a few miles from me. I couldn't be at this event because I had a funeral to go to, but that's cool. I got a bumper for Dallas, and that guy was going to the event.
Burnouts do well too, for sure.
Yes, they do. Stuff breaking does well too. There's a lot of stuff my dad broke in his Jeep that would have made fantastic comment if I was filming stuff back then. Getting a set of pliers up through the tire tread of his Jeep, the handle of pliers, that was a creative flat. Throwing the drive shaft out in the middle of the road twice, that was good content. Oh yeah, breaking the shifter. The whole shifter housing broke, and the shift lever leaned almost into the floor. It was, I'd never seen that before. Breakage is good content. People will come to any event with food. Yes, they will. Your wife needs something that will do a burnout. Yes, support local tracks and car shows and get great shorts and long videos. Agreed. Look how much content you can get from going to one car show or one drag race. One afternoon of shooting those is a lot of fun. Here's the other thing, too. You know, the car owners, if you ask them if you can shoot a 15-second video on your car, 99 out of 100 will say yes. Yeah, there's always that one weird guy. Just move on. But 99 out of 100 will say yes, and it's a good way to build connections and stuff too.
They'll open the hood for you. They'll open the doors for you. You know.
Yep.
Give you a little tour.
And some of them will subscribe too because they'll want to see what you did with it. Yeah. Kenny says, how many axles do you think people will break at the No Name Nationals? I don't know. That's a good over-under type of bet there, though. Yeah, I don't know how many people will break axles. I'll tell you what, the donk races break axles like nothing I've ever seen because they all have those really big, heavy wheels, and the ones with stock axles just shear them. But we may have some broken ones too. We'll see. We'll find out. There's a lot of people who've never run slicks before, and this is a slick prep track, so I mean, they may have done burnouts on the street, but this might be the first time they've ever dumped a clutch on a track that hooks. Snap-o. Could happen. Kim, if you break the axle on a monkey bike, that's going to be pretty cool.
I want to see it.
Yes, and old car guys have parts and know people with parts. Yes, they do. Yeah, Buck picked up 37 car videos at a car show Saturday. See, one show got 37 videos. If just one of those hits it, look how many subs you got out of that one show.
If you have something like an app like Snapchat on your phone where you saved your videos, just go through your camera gallery.
Robert was a pursuit instructor and firearms instructor for U.S. Customs. That's interesting. That's pretty cool. Kim's going to run the van in the bracket and the burnout. Oh, look at that.
Right on.
Nice.
Living dangerous.
That's it.
'Cause I think that's probably got to be the way home too, huh?
You know, bracket, burnout, monkey bike. Kim's going to rack up some points.
Solid weekend.
Kim's going to rack up some points.
Well, I hate to cut out early, guys, but I got stuff I got to do, so
yep.
I'm gonna
Understood.
See you later.
Thank you, Blake.
Later, Blake.
Anybody have any questions? JB is hoping for rain to give his radials a chance. Well, there you go. We actually talked about rain or shine with rain tires, but I just can't imagine people keeping it off the guard walls if we did that.
Yeah, that could be sketchy.
Anybody have any questions? Again, this is our last content creator workshop of the year. And I know that they've helped a lot of people. But can't help you if you're not here, if you don't ask. LVA, there's an American flag out front of my house 365 days a year.
Right on.
So Mopar's Mustangs Minivans is asking, say, I started a 24-hour live with the 2 golden orb weavers on my front porch. You think I could still upload other videos at the same time?
Theoretically, yes.
Yeah.
As long as you've got the bandwidth to support it. But yeah, you
that's
can
the big one.
Yeah, you can couple of different tabs. You can do a couple of different processes, but got to have the bandwidth for it.
Best thing to do is just put out content? Absolutely.
No doubt.
Breaking sucks. Yes, it does. But I will say this. You're probably going to be in good company at the No Name Nationals on breaking stuff. There's probably going to be a lot of people breaking stuff. Poor Boy's Garage in the house. Thanks for joining us.
Right on.
Poor Boy's Garage, he got a lot into his 3 seconds on the commercial. Oh, that was fun. Stopped again. Did you get stopped by the state police? You weren't like driving down the road participating in this chat, were you? Stopped again, mean. This is interesting. So Dancing Alone with Reynolds says, every time I put up a video, I lose a few subs. So I need to pace myself. What every time you put up a video, you lose subs?
I'd be leaning towards that's a coincidence of some sort. I can't imagine. I can't fathom a circumstance where that would be, consistent.
JB's learned a lot from these lives, as has Lars. Thanks, guys. Channels like yours are what it's all about. You guys scratched and clawed for every one of those subs, and now you got your build done, you're racing, monkey biking.
There's it. Now we're more worried about the burnout contest than the racing. Right on.
That burnout contest is going to be something else.
Put on a show. Put on a show.
Yep. So picture this, and again, I got to say picture this because there's not video of it until you do the first one. There are houses all around this burnout pit. Have you ever seen a burnout pit that people live all around? Well, we're going to have one here. And it's never been a burnout pit before, but it will be Friday night.
There you go. Pop that one from Red Eyed Patriot.
Red Eyed Patriot is taking names. So if you need subscribers, let him know. Also, on my channel, on the home page of my channel, there is a list of No Name 500 hopefuls right there, listed in order of subs on my page, 24 of them. And you can go through and click right there in one spot and look at any of their channels and subscribe.
Be generous. Share with your friends.
A sub costs you nothing. Fun fact, Buzz, you will spend the same amount subscribing to one channel as subscribing to 10 as subscribing to 20.
There is truth in that.
Cost the same.
Truth in that, yes.
Street Fox is asking a question. This is one of these mystery questions. Buzz, do you know why a lot of good people lose subs? Because you remember when Bear Rose kept losing subs as he got close to 500, and he would gain and lose and gain, but he finally made it over.
You know, there's not a whole lot that you can do that actually causes a sub to just, you know, you've got to post either something just complete departure, or, you know, it's, I think, you know, the fluctuation is in the viewers themselves. A lot of them are, you know, some of those are accounts that got banned. Some of those are accounts that, you know, got nuked for some other reason. You know, that their public posts and interactions are no longer showing up. You know, on my own account, you know, I see a little up and down. You know, it's down every couple days, up every couple days. It's all part of the fun.
Look at this. Big Block 402 posted a short at 3 o'clock this morning with Leighton Motorsports, and it got 49,000 views and picked up 100 subs.
Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking
Wow.
about. That's good. That's beautiful stuff right there.
That's cool. That's really cool.
You know, sometimes it feels like, again, you know, how the algorithm and how the YouTube system actually works is an unspoken mystery. But, you know, every time you upload a video, it causes YouTube to have to go in, recalc, re-up everything, you know, because you're updating new content. It needs to update your subscriber count and all of that good stuff. And, you know, it's not beyond the realms of possibilities that the way they've got it to run is it's looking for some sort of account update to spur other processes. And that's why it looks and feels like you're losing stuff when you post something. But in most cases, it's not because of what you just posted. You know, again, unless it's something that's hyper offensive or, you know, something else that's going to cause people to truly unsubscribe.
Well, something I've wondered too is I've got a bunch of subscribers from my silly video of drunks getting thrown out of a football game. But as I've made automotive content, I guess people that subscribe because they wanted to see drunks getting thrown out of a football game, I'd have one or two of them unsubscribe occasionally for a little while.
Sure.
But that's okay because I got, you know, a few hundred subs off of it. So if I wind up losing 50 over 6 months, that's okay. I'm still way ahead.
No doubt.
Net positive.
Yeah, net positive, and it's still activity along the way.
Yeah, it's still engagement.
Yep.
Andrew Nelson is already loading the trailer. You talk about not having much time. The Nelsons are already loading their trailer that they're going to bring to come annihilate the place with. Are you gonna show us an empty spot? Are you gonna make a video showing us an empty spot in your trailer where you're gonna haul back the low ET trophy if you can win it? That's like something you would do, Andrew. Spencer's Food Reviews in the house. How you doing? Yeah, so Big Block 402, 49,000 views short of 3 a.m. You know, that one that Rapid Transit did got about 2 million views. Sketchy ball joint removal. So there you go. You know, that's the magic question, Deborah. Wants to know why some shorts get thousands of views and only a few. What say you, Buzz?
Well, I think we hit on that earlier. The content matters. You know, the video itself is what makes things watchable, viewable, and viral and all that good stuff. But the what else, especially in the case of shorts, is the title. It's got to be titled well. It's got to be a catchy title that really well describes what's in the video. You know, guy on a 3-wheel trike face plants in mud. Name it that. You know, name it that.
All right. This is just a total bonus, by the way. There's not good enough pictures here. This is for real. My mom saw the neighbors. I probably can't show the name of this. My mom saw the neighbors using a tour bus to pull shrubs out. I can't. I don't know if it was done with permission of the bus line or not. So I can't show the name of it, but I need to fix that so I can. That's a full size, like a whatever size they are, 43-foot tour bus.
Class A pusher.
Yeah. Yeah, White Trash Motorsports AC short did well but you never know what'll do well. I've had some really goofy stuff do well, and good stuff just never get any traction.
Greyhound Landscaping.
For real. All right, any of you guys have any questions? I mean, I enjoy the social time with you. I don't want to tie Buzz up any later than we need to. Yeah, well, unfortunately, it's not a short video, Auto Salvage Outlaw. She didn't take any video of it. That would be 1 million views short. Yeah, it sure would. You guys have any questions? Because what I figure is, as much as I enjoy, you've got a good crowd in here, but it looks like everybody's pretty well set. Everybody that has got their plan together to 500's got it. And everybody that is saying next year is the year for me, that's cool too. But we'll just stay on just a little while longer. So if you guys have any content creation questions, go ahead and get them out. And in the meantime, I'll just plug that don't forget Dallas is live with Shane Polito Wednesdays. I'm going to be live with Dallas this Friday. And we're going to talk logistics because now's the time to do it. The how to get there, when to get there, and all of that. And just administratively, I always want to thank our mods, one of which is right here, Buzz. Buzz, you can watch Buzz act somebody in real time on the screen. How cool is that?
Hey, BNR Racing says it's YouTube. They take away your connectivity, and there is truth to that. And one of the things that posting over regularly, there's downsides to that too. But I watched a guy and listened to a guy talking about, when you should post. And the simplest answer, and I thought it was really a great answer, was when you've got a good video. Don't pop something out necessarily for the sake of just popping something out. If you're churning out shorts, churn out shorts. But don't pop a video because of a schedule or regularity. I thought that was a great answer. Post when you've got something that is good quality content. And, and it doesn't have to be, I'm not necessarily talking production-wise, but good story. Good fail, good how-to tip or something along those lines. Post it when you feel like it's ready to be posted.
Mopars, Mustangs, and minivans. Check this out. There's several ways to do that when you have photos that are too big. Here's one way I do it. So I go to a video from Mopars, Mustangs, and minivans. Okay, this is shifting without the clutch video he put up today. And I pause it where I want it and get my screen clean, right? And then I do my screenshot thing like that. And that screenshot is just under the limit for YouTube to post for a thumbnail. And it's proportioned exactly right. It's 16 by 9 and it's about 1.4 megabyte.
There you go.
That's probably the easiest way to do it. Another way you can do it too is if it needs to be cropped, just crop it to get it to your 16 by 9, and that cuts down. Because I know they're about 4 or 5 megabytes, if not. Even if you add the text, yeah. Won't change it. Thumbnails sell. Yeah, thumbnails sell people whether or not they're looking at it and want to click, but you got to get it in front of them to know if to even see it. The title gets it in front of them. The thumbnail makes them click. Mopars, Mustangs, and minivans, if you have any questions like that, just feel free. You can email us and ask. We're glad to help.
Yeah, text doesn't affect the size of the file.
No. Big Belly Racing, good night.
Nighty night.
Yep. Yeah, Struggle Bourbon Garage. Yeah, that's just a tip that I figured out is I'll save my favorite frame, and then when I screenshot it, it's already exactly maximum size proportion right. And then I'll either thumb drive it or send it to myself. And I put the thumbnail in, and I do it in the uploader while the video is processing, so that when my video drops, it already has the thumbnail. I know some folks will go ahead and post the video, then add the thumbnail later. I don't like to do that. I like for it to have the thumbnail when it comes out. Yeah, you can use Adobe Illustrator, but I'll tell you, I like to make things simple until I need more. And so right now I've reached the functional limit of some of the things that I use to create thumbnails. But that's a great product. Just, you don't want to get too mired down in production stuff at the expense of your content. It's easy to do.
It is.
There are a lot of channels that will sit on content for a week over editing it, where they've gotten a lot more value out of putting it out that day. So I wouldn't let editing keep you from getting your content out.
Agreed.
In fact, that's really a big reason why we don't get more into the weeds on editing and effects and things like that. I do very little of that. I mean, you saw some of it in the commercial, and you see it like the content like Buzz and I do with these, I'll be there, we'll be there, who will be at the No Name Nationals type videos. But it just depends what the purpose is and what you're doing. But getting that content out is key. So here's a tip for bad internet, Dutch Guy's Garage. You should know that I got tips for janky things, right? When I have to put up a video like that, here's something you can do. Start uploading it at your house, okay? And yeah, it starts uploading at this snail's pace. What I'll do then is I'll go to the public library. And I'll go, and I don't even go in. I can pull up in the parking lot because they have blazing fast Wi-Fi at the library. Okay, it's the best the taxpayers can pay for, right? And I go and I select upload the video again. Like I'm just uploading it again. I ignored that I started uploading it at my house, and what will happen is YouTube will recognize that it's the same video. It will save all of your progress, and then whatever you have left, it just zips it up there in minutes. That's the only way I can do some of, like an hour-long video for me would take overnight. It would take 8-10 hours because my internet's slow. But I can go to the library and upload that video in 15 minutes. And I'll start doing it at the house when I get all my stuff, get my thumbnail, get my tags and all that. And then just on the way out, to the post office or lunch or whatever, I just stop by the library and boom. But the key is you got to upload it again like you're just uploading another with the same video, and YouTube will recognize it. And you won't lose any of your progress. It's kind of a weird little hack about them they'll let you do. This might be a good question for Buzz here. What would you recommend for a voiceover?
The audio software I use is a program called Audacity. It's free. It is, how's it spelled? Audacity, Audacity. Again, it's free. But if you're using most of the, like Filmora, for example, you can do voiceovers right there in the video editor. No additional software needed. I use a PC. I'm not an Apple guy, but there's a thing on the Windows machines called Sound Recorder, and as long as you've got a mic and speakers to listen to it, of course, you can do really simple voiceovers. But Audacity is a pretty good recommendation. I've used it for years. Again, it's free. I've found the free version to be completely acceptable. It's got all the features, and you can do whatever you need to do. It's a full-on audio editor. Clip and trim and mix it, equalize it, the whole bit, anything you want to do. So another thing you can use is your phone. If you've got nothing else, use your phone. You can do a voice recorder on your phone that saves it to your phone as an MP3. If you're working on a laptop or something like that, just email it to yourself and boom, there's an audio file.
Here's another one that, again, this might be kind of a redneck way to do it, but it absolutely works. If you have a video, like I go in Filmora, I can detach the audio and just pitch the video, and now I have an audio file.
Yeah.
So you don't even, I know it sounds weird, but you don't even have to learn how to do a second thing. You could just video yourself doing the voiceover, just detach and chuck the video component.
That is a solid solution right there.
Yeah, it works. There are some weird little hacks like that might not be very efficient. I've done for years, and people don't even know I do them because they do work. They might be cumbersome, but they do work. Anything else? Yeah, Kenny. So what's up? And by the way, who is Kenny? I've seen that. If you do shorts, I either unsub or won't watch. Well, I think that shorts really, they're a good tool for the toolbox, but I think that it's I'll tell you what, it's a rough way to build a complete channel. You can do it. And Dudes with Wrenches has really mastered shorts. Street Fox has mastered shorts. Just different ways of doing things. So some people like shorts more than others.
Dudes with Wrenches is the single best example I've seen to date. He just
incredible.
It's so simple and so simple. He made that recipe. He stuck with the recipe. Everybody knows it's one of his shorts that's coming up in the shorts roll, and his stuff is informative and it's quick, it's short. He does a really good job on them, and his subject matter is good too. If you're ever wondering about subject matter, this guy can turn a successful short or a successful short piece of video into a successful short with views and subscribers. Something that's as simple as talking about the pop-up door lock latches in your classic vehicle.
Yep.
There's content out there for it's endless.
It's all what you want to do and how you want to build your channel, and you take the good with the bad, and again, it's your channel. Do what you want to do with your channel. Yeah, 50. I know Dudes with Wrenches was at 700 subs on July 4th, and he's over 60,000 now. And he did it all on original content shorts, but his shorts are all packed with value. If you watch his shorts, like he did a clinic on the Ford F100 versus F150, the whole clinic on it in a minute with a short. It was great. His shorts, he puts a lot into his shorts. I would say he definitely is probably the best short program on YouTube, and he just happens to be in our community.
Yeah, he's knocking it out of the park.
Yeah, Street Fox, though, is being modest. Street Fox, you're close to 8,000 subs now yourself. Yeah, and you can always do another channel or whatnot. What we're doing in here today and now is aimed at trying to get 500 subscribers. But I'll tell you what, looks like we've pretty well covered everything. I'll just get a quick, there's Thumper. Check it out. And by the way, not just plugging my stuff, but I had Thumper on for a live. We talked about ethanol fuel, and Thumper put on a clinic on ethanol fuel. It was a live I did with him a few weeks ago, and it is great. If you want to watch Thumper put on his professor cap and teach you all about ethanol fuel, you want to watch that. It's definitely one worth watching on replay. You'll learn a lot of stuff. Thumper really knows his stuff when it comes to ethanol fuel. All right, and with that, I think we've got everybody's questions answered. So,
right on.
Hopefully, we'll have more content creation stuff for next season.
I don't doubt it. Things will change.
Kim liked the ethanol.
Good deal.
All right, guys. That's it for today. And don't forget, there's lives going on tonight. I know among them is Brian here, Dust Devil Garage. He told me to mention his. And Bad Tree Blake's got a premiere here shortly. And Sam is probably live tonight. So lots of great content tonight. And we'll see you all later. Thanks a bunch.
Later, all. Be good.